Hello! In this video we're going to learn about proportion. We're going to understand equivalent ratios with bar models, know that direct proportion is linked to multiplying and dividing, and solve problems using direct proportion. For the do now, what I would like you to do is look at the screen, and each bar is a different question. What is the ratio of gold to silver in each of these strips? And what do the strips show about these ratios? As an example for the first one, I can say that there's 2 gold to 3 silver. Can you have a go at the rest of the questions, please? Pause the video and press play when you're ready to see the answer. Okay, so the answer's on the screen. 2 to 3, 4 to 6, 6 to 9, 8 to 12, 12 to 18. All of these ratios are equivalent. The gold and silver are in the same ratio in each strip. If I just go back to the original diagram, we can see that the amount of gold and the amount of silver is the same, and all the bars are the same length. So they're all equivalent. Mark the ones that you've done, and then we're going to move on. The objectives today, I've already read them out. You can pause the screen if you would like to read them again. And the starter. Direct proportion can be used to carry out calculations like the one below. If we know that 10 calculators cost £120, we could find out how much one calculator costs. And then from there we can find out the cost of 8 calculators. You can use your calculator for this question. Pause the video while you have a go and press play when you're ready to move on. Okay, so the first step is going from 10 calculators to 1 calculator. To go from 10 down to 1, you need to divide by 10, and they've also divided 120 by 10 to get to 12. For a lot of these questions, it's going to be really important that we can find out 1. What is the cost of one item? So here we're dividing, and for the next step, we've gone from 1, and this time up to 8. And 1 multiplied by 8 is 8. So 12 multiplied by 8 is 96. Whatever we divide here, we divide on the right hand side as well. And whatever we multiply on the left hand side, we multiply on the right hand side. Okay, example 1. Can you write this down, please? If 6 copies of a book cost £9, calculate the cost of 8 books. 6 copies cost £9, and what we need to do first is find the cost of 1 copy. So we're going from 6 copies to 1 copy. We need to divide by 6, and we also divide 9 by 6 as well. You can use your calculator, that's fine. And we're going to get £1.50. So the cost of 1 is £1.50. I then need to calculate the cost of 8 books. Using my information of 1 book, I'm going to find 8 books. 1 multiplied by 8 is 8. So I also need to multiply the cost by 8 as well. £1.50 multiplied by 8. So 8 copies cost £12. Make sure you finish copying that example down and press play when you're ready to move on. Example 2. If 25 floppy disks cost £5.50, calculate the cost of 11 floppy disks. Okay, write down the example into your book. And the first part of our working out, we're going to convert £5.50 into pence. It's going to get rid of this decimal and make it a little bit easier to work with. So 25 costs 550p, and the first step we're going to find the price of 1. 25 divided by 25 is 1, and I'm also going to divide 550 by 25. Again, 25 divided by 25 is 1, 550 divided by 25 is 22. Now that I've found the cost of 1, I can then find the cost of 11. 1 multiplied by 11 is 11, so I'm going to multiply this side by 11 and 22 by 11. (22) multiplied by 11 is 242, and is it in pounds? That's going to be £2.42. So 11 discs cost £2.42. Make sure you've got that example copied down and press play when you're ready to move on. The example questions are finished, so the exercises are on the screen now. I'll leave them on for a few seconds, pause the video while you have a go, and press play when you're ready to move on to the next set of questions. Okay, the answers are on the screen now. Mark the ones that you've done, and that's it for this video.